Tales from the Crypt. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. Who am I really? The Lilith reincarnated. Say it with me. Lilith, a whole being that was created long, long ago, is now here in this body, and I go by the name of the High Priestess Phoenix. I need you to understand this. I need you to wrap your head around this before we have this conversation, because we're going to talk about he who must not be named. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about Voldemort, Lord Draco Voldemort. Bro, love and light, bro. Actually, let's talk about this. I wanted to make a whole post and I backed out. I was like, I'll bring it up later. This is a perfect time. Alright, so you put that good morning post, and I saw the comments. And there was hella comments that said, Grand Rising. And I've only heard one person in this whole world say that. And that's what I consider a high priestess. And that's Bronwyn, whatever. We gotta give her a better name. Gosh. Anyways, she says it, Grand Rising, beautiful souls. And she says it, and I'm like, well, that's cool. Maybe it's some kind of European shit, right? Forgive my ignorance. I'm from the hood. I am, like, literally street. You'd be like, damn, you're so smart. I'm so thug. Don't get it fucked up, bro. Dude, we were smart before, you know what I mean? Like, don't. In the sense of, yeah, whatever. It was like for you guys when you found out, like, Paul Wall was, white and shit. Anyways, go back to it. So I'm reading your freaking posts, and they're like, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I was like, what the fuck does this mean now? Apparently, this is a term. So I have to Google it like the old person I am. What does this mean? What's this cool lingo that people are using? I don't think it's cool at all. Not even one bit. And I find out it's a word that spiritualists use. Google said. I was so disappointed. I got so mad. That's why I didn't post shit. So I'm like, I'm not going to fuck up their language, but I don't like it. It was one of those, don't make me read that book. You wonder why they don't take spiritualists serious when you walk around saying stupid shit like that. That's all I gotta say about that. I can't take the damn Palladians serious when they're using references from Star Wars and Star Trek and all of these UFO movies. I have no choice because I have to do my job. But it's like, you're reading the script and you're like, and I can't. Like, what the fuck? Stop. I can't do this. Just read it. I can't read this. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. If you walk up to me and say Grand Rising, I'm going to give you a rise. You're going to catch the rise of the Phoenix for sure. What the fuck does that mean? Love and light? If I tell you love and light, I'm telling you fuck off. Straight to your face. Love and light. Love and light. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. If I tell you love and light, go fuck yourself, bro. Go fuck yourself. No, actually, that's more like you just need to clean your chakras. That means really go fuck yourself. Again, I am Lilith reincarnated. Anyway, so that came up earlier, and anyways, that's not where this was, but that was just some leftover, like a burp that I needed to let out. Some gas. What I was thinking about it was like, your name is Voldemort, right? It's all Lord Draco Voldemort. Are you Draco or are you Voldemort? Because Draco was cool and Voldemort wasn't so cool. Wasn't so cool, right? And really, I already got a Voldemort, bro. I got a whole fucking split soul and like lots of Horcruxes. These whores. Wearing in their Croxes. And their designer fucking Yeezy Crocs. Can't make it up. Oh. And it's the end of the game. Man, my show is going to be great. No wonder you guys watch me. Anyways, watch me whip. Going back to it, I was like, he who must not be named. And as soon as I said it, he who must not be named, tapped in. He's alive. He's alive. He's running from me. He thinks I don't know. I know. I know what you did all those summers ago. It was no, it wasn't. It was like 1803, and you was crazy trying to be like me. Who is Aleister Crowley? What's the whole story with Crowley? Crowley was a prophet. He was a dark prophet. He was dark because he knew dark studies. I told you, if you knew what I did as the Isis, I'd be, oh shit. But I'm not Isis, I'm Lilith. Go back, I'm part of God's group. But I was her too. It was you in another lifetime for sure. And that's what we're talking about. Aleister Crowley was pretty dangerous in the Crowley lifetime. He was dangerous. He went a little farther, buddy. But anyways, he knew what he knew, and when he died, he knew how to come back. And just like, those that believed the teachings, they knew he'd be back, and they waited for the signs, and he's back. Guess who's back? Back again. He who must not be named, Aleister Crowley. He's my friend. No, he's not. What is it? No, some shit. He claims... Who is he? To me, why is he all over me? He used the knowledge, it's all about the Egyptians. It goes back to that. The son of Horus, but worship through Isis. So in ultimate, what is he? He was the energy harvester. Ultimately, if you weren't a god made by God, created by God, you couldn't. But the divine feminine energy that lies within every woman. Every woman can access that divine energy, and that's why every woman was considered dangerous. So they had to make them subservient, because, they're dangerous. Anyways, hell no fury like a woman's scorn. Hey, that was me too. Going back to it, so what's the deal with Crowley? What happened? He did a lot of damage because of the fact he taught just that. He taught how to tap into it, how to steal the spirit, how to steal the spirit of the divine feminine. He taught it through exactly where everyone else teaches it, but he taught it. I can hear the growls and the fucking, you're so gross. The growls of the beast in the fucking woods is what I hear right now. Ugh. Anyways, he was the teacher. He was the founding father of energy harvesting, and especially sex magic. He understood that the women's power, their magnetism, how men are calculative and they really hate that shit. You know what I mean? That you could just come out here with your tits and ass and everybody will give you whatever the fuck you want. Right? So if I own you, then I own your power. You're now mine. Intense. And that's just the whole hierarchy, if you will, the patriarchy, whatever you want to call it. That's how it was always established, because it was that divine connection. Men only feel love through the woman. But a woman is just loving to all. And that's why we have so many distorted masculines and females now, because of the whole situation, is that they weren't loved. They were lusted. Sounds like a job for Lilith. Hey, I got y'all. Hey, come here. Let me tell you something. Come here. This is like Kevin Hart moment. Come here. Hey, nah. Come here. No, come here. Focus. Alright, so anyways, he learned how to do that shit, and he taught many. And that's where most occult teachings came from. But you could say it's occult teachings, but it's the same thing taught in all paganism. You know what I mean? Not sex magic, but the Kundalini energy. I hate to say it, but, it all goes back to biblical teachings. And that goofy movie that you thought was just a goofy movie about the Da Vinci Code and the whole seriousness of the chalice and the blade, then, the creation of life. It takes two, babe. It takes two. But truthfully, that's what was the miracle. There was no man needed to make the miracle of life, which was a God inside of a woman's womb. A God can be born of a woman's womb. And as miraculous as it was to you guys in Jesus' time, in Mary's time, it had already been done many times before. So in essence, what happened? Crowley understood that he could tap in to the spiritual realm, and that just like in the old times, as it was offered to me, and I said, maybe not. Let me try again. I'm sure there's a guy that can give me a baby. Is that's it. They knew that they could lie with the spirits, and in doing so, they could have the spiritual energy. So in the sense of, here's a wicked way to look at it. No, a healthy way. This is an extremely healthy way to look at it. My spirit guides. Here's a perfect example. Today I made a video about taking the L, but it was all about a win. And then later, I just a bit ago, I shared a video in my shorts. It wasn't word for word, but nearly word for word, that Kobe lives within me. What that means is I tapped into the spiritual world, and I become and this is what that makes me fearful. And they say these are possessions, and you're demonic, and you're this. Now, mind you, they tap into whatever spirit they want, but what comes with that spirit, and we'll get into that deeper. But anyways, so I have my spirit guides, and the more time I spend with them, the more they give to me. They give me spiritual knowledge and wisdom, and they start to, and you know what I mean? They don't live outside of me. They live inside of me. They speak through me. Am I possessed by a bunch of spirits, or am I in the oneness where everything is one? And that goes back to, I am a psychic medium. I speak to dead people. But that's going back to the Holy Spirit. Everything of the Spirit is God. God is the Spirit. Okay? So in the sense of, were there spirits here that did bad things? We all did. We're all sinners. We didn't all get it right. And that's why, you know what I mean? In the sense of, I was Kanyin, all love and light. But after how many times of being bad? And then I turned around and somehow did this wrong again, because my last one was, I'm not sure yet. What happened with the Morgan? Why am I here again? No, I know what's going on. But in the sense of, so he goes back to the Isis, to the beginning of where paganism, you know what I mean, where it was, right? He didn't go back biblically. He went to the Isis, and that was one of the biggest ones. And that's what I mean. A lot of it. Hecate, they didn't actually see. You know what I mean? But Isis, you could actually study her. You couldn't study most of the goddesses because the scriptures and everything were missing. But Isis, you could study. You can study everything. My favorite bookstore in Denver is the Isis bookstore, and it has everything in the cheapest cards. I love them. The people there are super strange. You know, as far as spiritually strange, yeah, they're really on a spiritually. Those are the people that will tell you Grand Rising as soon as you walk in. Hey, get away from me. Can I help you find anything? No, please don't. I don't want you. But they'll answer your questions. You know, I'm just dark. Forgive me. Grand Rising, love and light, whatever. Just clean your chakras. Anyways, going back to Isis, that's it. I knew. And that's what I tell you, fuckers. This isn't nothing new. I knew the alignment of the chakras, which is the same thing the Palladians taught to humans. It's the same thing the Melchizedek is going to get you. It's the same thing Krishna taught you. How to get into a meditative state, how to get into a flow state, how to tap into your divine feminine and be one with the spirit. Okay? So I know how to do that physically in all different ways. I was able to incest in all aspects, not just do that, but also rise the dead. And that's why I said I can put my hands upon you. I was asked to pray upon people before. I don't just pick people, but I've been asked to pray upon them. Can I put my hands up? Well, they've said no too. I don't want you to touch me. Good call. You don't know what I got. But at the same time, I feel offended because I really only got love. But they don't know. They judge a book on its cover. There's been many, usually elderly women that have been, yes, please pray for me. Please pray for me, that are open for prayers. Not everybody wants your prayers. They don't want your, they don't want you to, And not everybody's praying for you. So watch out for that. But going back to it, yeah. So he studied it to where he awokened his soul and realized that he was part, or he manipulated and perhaps lied. I haven't got into it. But if I can feel him, then I feel that he's part of it. Or he's just tapping into the energy again, and I can feel him in the energy. I feel you, fucker. Or I'm getting back into the collective energy, and now I can feel him because now I can feel everything again. Ugh. But going back to it, what is it? He tapped into an energy that lies within him, but he uses it, you know what I mean? And it's like a radar, if you will. That's what Aleister Crowley did in his last life. Now, awoken in this life with the same powers, will he do the same? Will he make the same mistakes? I don't believe so. Why not? Because I'm here. He didn't have anyone to guide him. That's what happens. You start learning something amazing, but just like me and everybody else, there's nobody to guide you but the spirits and your mind. He was working through his mind, and he was working through his flesh. But he did understand the alter ego, and that, you know what I mean, the essence, the ultimate explosion of life, or the love-giving energy, is the sacral energy. You know what I mean? And if you're messing around with your sacral energy, your sacral is right above your reality. You're fucking with reality. That's it, dude. You go and lay with somebody. You guys have been friends forever, bro. And that's what ruined shit a lot with me. I'll be friends with you, but as soon as I sleep with you, now everything's weird. It's done fucked everything all up. It brings feelings. Uncontrollable feelings come from that situation, and they usually turns into a power control. I'm trying to control my feelings over you, and you're trying to control your feelings over me after what we've just did together. And that's what happens, and that's why I, as the Lilith, I'm not laying with you. And it's a really sad story. I heard a sad story today, guys. Oh my God, it made every part of my... I'm like, you can't tell the Lilith something like that. There's a woman who's upset in her marriage because her husband only wants sex, and she's tired of it. It's becoming painful, and it's not something she wants to do, but she's married to this man, and she's, you know what I mean, making public announcement about how she's just, you know, what can I do? And just to hear that, it's like, from me and my perspective, it's like, get out of there now. You can't just keep giving your body to keep him pleased. And if it's becoming more and more, then there's something else going on here. You're not here for his pleasure like that. That's the truth. And vice versa. If all they're doing is giving you their body to keep you, you know what I mean, to keep you feeling some type of way. And I gotta be honest, dude. I used to have to. Like, I have to keep you feeling this way so you don't act a different way with me. Mine was a self-defense mechanism, bro. If I don't keep you calm and chill, then you're gonna hurt me. Literally. These women are doing it for completely different reasons, or men, or whatever. You know what I mean? They're using their sexual magnetism. I'm not going to act like Bobby didn't try to dick me down, like totally control me and make me fall all in love with him and shit. He just was very surprised that it wasn't the dick game. That's what he didn't get. But it definitely worked the other way for him. And that's just it. It's like, you know, you can't be playing around with your sacral energy. It's your most sacred energy. And when you have anything to do with your private energy right there, it comes with a lot of intense feelings, and it becomes a power and control trip. Just because you were sharing your most sacred part of yourself with someone, you don't understand that that's what you're doing. You're giving your most sacred part of your energy to someone, and that's going to fuck up your reality, because you have to go through in between your legs and his, whoever's, to get to that energy. That feel good, that's your energy, bro. And you're just giving it away so someone else can feel good. That's the energy I use to create everything. That's my hope. I have to have that energy to have a good reality. I can't be worrying about, you know, am I pregnant? Do I have an STD? I hope I get laid soon. You know what I mean? I wonder who he's fucking. You know what I mean? All of that. You know what I mean? And all of that happens. Truthfully, do I have a freaking yeast infection? You know what I mean? Does my shit smell good? And, you know, do I have loose lips, or I got a big enough dick? And all of that, it becomes all, and that's part of the apple, where sex comes in. It was all part of it. The knowledge of these body parts and the control of it. No, you gotta go now. You gotta go now. You're being a Lilith. You know too much. You know too much. You must go. You're the knowing of the gods. Now let's go back to The Egyptians were just made as gods by God, right? But opposing gods to what he just plays games, just like the fucking tree. The tree of life, or the tree of knowledge and wisdom. He just plays games. He had to create madness. He creates chaos. He creates confusion. There's no such thing as the devil. God rules over all of this. He's having a great divine comedy. But you go back in time, that's exactly how it would happen, though. How would incarnation ever happen? How would an earth angel incarnate here? We are all born from the womb of a woman. It is the only way to the human experience. Well, until man started fucking playing around in the fucking lab, and then you got, a bunch of Kanye West kids out there. Do they look like normal kids to you? They weren't made with love. They were genetically made. They were forced. They were forced. So in the sense of, I don't know. But anyways, that's when you've gone too far. And that's where they say that in religion we've gone too far too, when we go in there and start cutting out life, taking life out of there. That's where they try to say all of that. You know what I mean? They take away, and that's why they're taking away women's powers to do what they can with that. You can't be gay. You can't be this. You can't do this. You can't take your shirt off. You must wear a bra. It's all about controlling the power of the woman. It always has been. It always has been, going back to it. So what if we tapped into that power and used it? And many do. Russ does all the time. What's this song about, Russ? He's pulling on the heartstrings. That's divine feminine feelings, bro. Everybody has feelings. I'm going to manipulate your feelings for my own use. I'm going to pull on your heart or your dick or your cash flow or something. That's just a manipulation of energy. So they pray to the gods, and they get all in the alter ego, and they try to invoke the gods to get the gods to give them gifts. You know what I mean? Give them their spiritual gifts, which really is so strange, because if you just reinstated yourself in the light, you've given back those gifts of the gods. So stupid. Instead, you go and petition to the gods to give them, you rub a genie on a bottle. But the price is what? The price is wrong, bitch. The price is wrong. And that's where you get all these people that said they sold their soul or whatever. You can't sell God's soul, bro. You sold your flesh, which means your reality. You've sold your reality in this lifetime. You were sold out to this belief system for the rest of this lifetime. The consequences and all that bullshit. Cool. You're a sellout. Congratulations. But in the sense of, are you damned? Are you going straight to hell? To whatever this fantasy place that you've created in your mind? Or is God going to be like, what the fuck did you do this lifetime? Maybe you need to go back and be better, right? So do you think Aleister Crowley didn't, go through some fucked up, karma coming back into this life after he left the life being an asshole? Hey, asshole, we'll see you on the next run. And that's it. I will see you in the afterworld. Meaning I'll see, hey, June, nice to see you again. Meet to nice you. It's you again. I haven't seen you in so many lifetimes. I cannot believe you. I knew I'd see you again. Oh, here comes that Wiz Khalifa song. Hope I see you again. Anyways, going back to fucking Crowley's ass. So anyways, all it was is he was one of the first men to tap into divine feminine energy and spread the word of what it could do. He was the one that brought back the teachings of the goddesses long after they'd been forgotten. And he started with the most powerful, which was me. And he kept his eye on me. He knew the stories. He was a philosopher. He took it all together and realized, damn, that means there's power out there. I'm going to do this. And, he blew his face off a couple times, clearly. But he did get it right. And they started using that power for, I don't know, did they become rich? What did they use it for? Just to scare people? I don't know what they really did with it. But they just kept teaching it on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And that's just how it goes. The goddess, and it's not really the goddess, it's just divine feminine energy that lies within everybody. All you have to do is tap into your feelings. Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, look, you have the light. Blinded by the light. I'm waiting for the moon. Somewhere over there. I got tired of hanging it on my arm. But yeah, there's another reincarnated soul I know that's like pretty powerful. And all full of that crazy bullshit. But ultimately, he was just like me. When I go back and I find out who these people were that practiced the Morgan, who these people are that, when I go public and I find out who these people were that, prayed to me, just like Jesus. It's like, wait a minute, you did what in my name? That's not what I was about. Who told you this? Who told you to pray to me like this? Who told you that this was okay? And that's kind of the cleanup right now, too, is like going back to the churches. Who told you guys to pray like this? Who told you this was okay? Who told you? And it's like, we could pin the tail on the donkey all the way to the beginning of time, or we can just address the elephants in the room and say, not this time. Not this time. But yeah, that name, you're not supposed to speak that name, he who must not be named. When you go into the spiritual stores, you don't say it. There's writings and stuff, but it's like... It's like going into a sex shop and buying the biggest double-headed dildo in front of a bunch of people. You don't want to be that guy, dude. The biggest one, like, we're talking a 3-footer, bro. It's a 3-footer with double-headed. It's a double-headed demon. It's a double-headed sword. That's what I heard. You don't walk around saying that guy's name, bro. That's what was laughing. I was like, he who must not be named. You mean Aleister Crowley? Yeah, that guy. I know that guy. How do I know that guy? Dude, that guy was raping my energy for like hella long. I gotta go to have a talk with this guy. You're my mother. Shut up. I am not the father. He is your father. You have to really understand it. It's trippy. Here's a trippy story. You have to understand. But anyways, he taught everyone how to do it, and he taught everyone all these bad things. Who taught you this? Oh, it was Aleister. Aleister, come here, please. We need to talk about this. Everybody's scared of God, bro. Why are you scared of God? Because, dude, he comes with judgment. Fuck, what is God gonna do? And those of us that know, we know. You know. You know. Oh, fuck God. Fuck. I had this ass whooping coming. Did you have a good time? Yeah, fuck. You stayed out all night? Yeah, I did. Did you do drugs? Yeah, I did. You gonna do it again? No. It's Friday then. As far as our life experiences, bro. Man, come on. Seriously. Going back to it. Who was Aleister back in then? He didn't listen. I told you to listen. Let their people go, bro. Here he comes again. Guess who's back? Not this lifetime. I hope not. You're not going to win this time. If you do the same shit that you did before, you're going to get the same results and even worse. It will not work. It never did. It never will. You're such an idiot. In the sense of, I've come back. I'm back. To what? You fucking hemorrhoid? What are you going to do this time? I'm literally here this time. And I got Moses' staff. You don't know. He knows. I'm terrifying him right now. Literally terrifying him. No, you gotta know his stories and what it was and what it is. And I can't tell you all the Akashic records, and that's another thing too. I'm so mystical. I have all of the secrets of the universe inside of me. And going back to it, I would say I'm gonna find you, but I know you're gonna come find me. It's so that thing, like, you know where to find me. I don't need to come looking for shit. That's the beauty about being the divine feminine. Because if I go looking for trouble, I ain't gonna find nothing I don't like. Why am I laughing? Because he's so scared. He's in so much trouble and he knows I know now. I tapped in so long ago, and they fucking bound me so fast. I was like, tell me about Aleister Crowley. And as soon as I said that word, no, no, stop her, stop, get her, everybody, stop, and don't let her find out I'm here. Please don't let her. It's all gonna fall. She's gonna destroy us all. Oh my god. Why? Because he's the head honcho. He's a meadow. But he's like a doe in the meadow. Do re mi, bro. He can't fight me with me. He derives his power from me. Where does that come from? Oh yeah, going back to it. He was never a demigod. He never had it. He was nothing more than a king, given the powers from outside of him by the spirits, by the priestess, if you want, by the priest and the priestess, or back then they were called something different. Rub the oil on his chest. Dude, sorry, there was a lot of movies that were made in this time that made it sound funnier than it was. It was just life, but you guys made it sound way better than it was. Spending the same day doing nothing, just watching the sun go across the sky and watching the stars go across, looking at the birds. God brought angels and if you will, demons and demigods and all kinds of things. They were able to incarnate through the woman. They were just able to be incarnated between the exchange of a man and a woman. The perfect, that's it. God chooses. God chooses. And so, guess who's back? Back again. But ultimately, did he have the powers of the deities? Nah, bro. He just stole it. And that's where the whole show, you know what I mean? His whole fucking cover is blown. His whole cover is blown. Because he doesn't actually have a name in the stars. And that's the same thing as like Sangaru is awoken. But he's not a master. He doesn't know his name. He doesn't know anything. He stopped his practices. His whole cover has been blown. It blows completely up when I come out. His own people will know that he has not followed the true practices. You know what I mean? He hit a level of enlightenment. Don't get me wrong. All of them did. All of them do. They hit a certain level of enlightenment. But there's a certain level where, like Kanye West, you just fall the fuck down. And you turn into, you know what I mean? You go from the light all the way into your darkness. And if you don't relinquish your power, you just become this, you become a Kanye West. A whole walking fucking, what do they call them? Dictator. That's the word. A dictator. That's the word I was looking for. So ultimately, no, he's just awoken, and you guys can do it too. You will get to a state of your consciousness where you'll be understanding, and you'll see you would have just been able to accept the understanding that you have been here before. When you get to that place, then you'll be able to replay memories that have already been trying to tell you this for a long time. Synchronicities and codes that have been trying to remind you of who you were for a very long time. Something as simplistic as when I was a little girl, every little girl is, every little girl and boy is like, they make up a different name. I say, call me Lily. Call me Lily. I was always Lily. That was always my favorite name is Lily. Okay, well, go figure I'm Lilith. There was always these synchronicities throughout my life that was trying to tell me who I was, or keep me reminded, if you will. And that's where you find them later. You tap into, you know what I mean? As you get through these levels, you tap into who you were. And I showed that it's in my videos. Mr. Plum had it. He woke up the next morning, and I've had it happen with people before. He woke up the next morning and he told the dream of his past life. And I was like, Mr. Plum, all I did was confirm to him what he was already feeling. I was like, that was your past life. I was like, what happened? He said, we were running with them, and we ran in, and there was gunfire. And that's all I remember. And look at you today. Here you are. And he just looked at me, and I just looked at him. I was like, coincidence? Mind you, a whole high priestess that's been telling him over and over that I'm from a different time, and I sit with him and I prove to him that I'm from a different time, all different times. You know what I mean? I sit with him and show him I'm very multidimensional. And I tell him, you know, when he asks me these questions, why is my life different? Because you've already had your time of suffering. This was the life you know what I mean? These were the things that you needed to accomplish. This is what we call your public service time. You've already spent all your lifetimes doing the things that you wanted. Now you take all of that and you come back and you use all that to help humanity. And those are a lot of our historical figures. You saw them in their last life. Their last life is to come back. That's what you do in your last life. I need to go back and make some things right. After you get it right, you want to go back and get others right. Okay? And that's how it works. So most of them did it. Most of them did most of it. You know what I mean? And they're chilling. Some of them came back right away and they had more work to do. You know what I mean? But that's really what it is. That's part of the light order. Before you go to the light, you come back and you help someone else get to the light. And not someone else. You help as many as you can. You try to change collective energy. And that, you know what I mean? That's Michael Jackson, Kobe Bryant, Tupac Shakur. That's DMX. Before he left, man, he changed lives. Didn't matter how you start the race. It's how you finish. You may have started off self-pleasing, but at the end, he was self-serving, self-sacrificing, I mean, to the betterment of everyone. I just want you to understand that it's all about love. And Mac Attack, I love him. As young as he was, that was it. You just got to catch the love. You just got to catch the love. Robin Williams, you just got to catch the love. They served their life here for the betterment of humanity, to use a gift of creativity to spread love and light before they left. That's your legacy, is the love and light that you spread, the way you help humanity before you leave. Now, going back to Kobe, I can't tell you, or any of the men that I spoke of, and that's, even back to Martin Luther King, back to Rosa Parks, it was their words that changed the world. And that's going back to George Floyd. I can't breathe. Something that simple. You see it as the knee on the neck. But that is all, it's just going back to Jesus wept. I can't breathe. Meaning that's a feeling here. My last will and testament is I can't breathe. Meaning I can't be free. And that happens so much in our life where it's like, I can't breathe, dude. I can't breathe. And then someone's like, just breathe. And you're like, I can't. I'm panicking. I'm scared. I'm mad. I'm terrified. I can't breathe. His last breath was to tell you that he couldn't breathe. His last breath was to tell you it was his last breath. And that breath, that sacrifice, his last breath changed the world. That changed the world. And so did all of the other ones. Their names are not forgotten. There's rappers that still keep their names alive. There's plenty of people they didn't die for nothing. Even you can say an innocent life was gone. No, look back. Look at how the people rallied for that innocent and how much that person changed everyone. They were nobody, but God took their life and made their life that a will and testament to everybody. Look at this beautiful person that was here and no longer is. You know what I mean? That's what that really is. You're like, they had so much life. Then don't you believe God was a good God and he'll give them another life? That's that part I said. What if they didn't, guys? What if that was it? What if these babies only got to live to be babies? That's it. God said, nah, I'm going to do you like the cicadas. You're just going to, have one summer. No, man. He's not just brewing up people. He's giving people life, giving people chances, and that's the truth. You know what I mean? No, they're gonna get another chance. But going back to Floyd, no, he's cool. He did his job. Oh, I'm out. I did my job. No, nobody's gonna put. I don't have to do any more feelings. I took in all of the pain and suffering of those around me. I fought a good fight. And that's it, Kobe. I fought a good fight. I changed the world. I'm gonna sit back now, and now it's your turn. Tag team. Guess who's back? And that's it. These guys, I'm doing the work that they did. You know what I mean? I continue their work for them. So therefore, there's no need for them to come back with the desire to want to do more. She's going to take it. She's going to finish my work for me. She's going to finish what I started. And that's what that means. So Aleister, perhaps, or at least his believers, is he's going to finish what he started. No. We're the cleanup crew this time around, buddy. And so, yeah, no. No, I'm not going to finish what I started. It never worked before. I'm not going to start the same bullshit over and over. And that's it. You're expecting the Lilith, but you don't understand how dangerous that is. And truthfully, as much as you want it, that's not what God wanted, and that's not what I want, so that's not what you're going to get. Your wishes will not be fulfilled in this lifetime. I'm sorry. The darkness that you want me to become is no more, in the sense of that version of it. You don't get to see Callie go wild. You don't get to see arms pop out of mine. You will one day see me fly. How beautiful is that? Because I made a promise to break the broom ointment to show you that it was nothing more than herbs. I made a promise to break that ointment as soon as I woke up. I'm going to show you it was nothing more than herbs and intentions. And that's it. And why? Because gas prices is bullshit, bro. Anyways. It's fucking fossil ass fucking way of transportation. Just kidding. Going back to it. Yeah. He who may not. There's many people. We could be like, oh my God, Hitler is back. Guess who's back? Does he have the same power? Is he in the same body? Do people listen to that bullshit anymore? Are people that easy? And are they easy breezy cover girls? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. And in the sense of, there's nobody above God. And that's what we're coming with. Who's coming? The truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Whoever these people are that you think are so powerful, they're not more powerful than the living God I serve. And I'm going to walk right in there with him. Seen or unseen. And I'm going to show you these people have no power over you or over these lands. That God, you are protected by God. And this is bullshit. There's no such thing. These people don't have power over you. God has power over them. Period. That's the ultimate truth. But yeah, there are some. Who you want one? I'll give you one that I already exposed. Kevin Gates is a demigod. Kevin Gates he has part God in him. Like Hercules. He's pretty much just man. He's just got some superpowers to him. He's a mutant, if you will. Me, and that's what Larry was so excited about. He's like, the Lilith is inside of you, meaning you captured the Lilith and put her inside of you. No, dickhead, I'm Lilith. What have you been doing? In the sense of you can capture, you know what I mean, Kobe's spirit and let it live in. You can capture that Mamba spirit by studying him, studying his words, studying his actions. You can be all about that. And you can, you know what I mean, invoke him with a candle and say, I am Kobe Bryant. I am Kobe Bryant. And pour blood all over you and be all weird about your very cool practices. And then you can go practice on the court. And you live in this reality that I'm Kobe Bryant. I'm Kobe Bryant. Example? That would be Jada Pinkett Smith, who said she was sleeping with Tupac Shakur. I'm just saying, if Tupac wanted to be out here sleeping with mortal women, he wouldn't pick the same old bald bitch he slept with years ago. I'm just saying, if Tupac wanted to sleep with a woman, don't you think he wanted to sleep with a goddess? Ding, 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 ding. No, Pac. No. In the sense of, no, you have to be okay with this, and that's it. You have to have consent, and that's it. God had to have a talk with Mary. Hey, Mary, can I put a baby in your belly? What? What about my husband? He won't know. What? We're not gonna. Don't tell nobody. What? Okay, so you're gonna have to tell somebody, but this is what you're gonna tell them. Okay, what? Nobody talks about that conversation. I did. We did. We definitely did. Right after Pac was talking about, you want a baby? No, I'm okay. I'm sure that we can find a man that you can just, give him the Holy Spirit to give to me. It literally. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Is it an antichrist? No, you're antichrist. We already went into that in a whole teaching 2 days ago. Come on, guys. This is crazy. That's in my Sunday teaching if you want to know your guys' weird beliefs of the antichrist. You're antichrist. If you don't practice Christ, then you're antichrist. Not true. You have some Christness in you. You're Christ-like. You just don't know. Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you feel nice and friendly sometimes? Do you feel giving and forgiving? Do you feel loving? Do you have a big heart once in a while? Or are you a total Scroogey Scrooge? Well, then you're Scrooged. God wants to love you. Hey, I gotta go. I hear something. There's something in there. I gotta go. Hey, laters. Laters.